Hello and welcome to another edition of Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. This is a go home show edition, so we're going to do predictions for AEW's Full Gear and talk about what happened on Dynamite tonight. It is the usual hosts, myself, Adam Baum, alongside the giant head version of Bionic Brian. What's up, buddy?
Oh, little old me you talking about? Oh, yeah. Hey, man.
You're
Hey, how
freaking
are
huge,
you, Adam?
man.
I'm doing
huge.
just great.
It's too much.
Yeah, well, I do have a giant head in real life, so this is actually kind of accurate.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Which one are you thinking there? The other person that is joining us live via telephone, Alexander Graham Bell style, is MJ defecting over from the All Elite Hour to join the A Show. It's like going from Rampage.
I wouldn't say that.
No, it's like going from Elevation to Dynamite.
No, it's like Velocity to Sunday Night Heat.
No. Wednesday's the A Show.
I like Adam's analogy better.
Whatever.
There you go.
How you doing? How you doing?
So MJ, we're going to talk about Dynamite via our predictions tonight, but we're also going to do a little flashback down memory lane to Full Gears of the past. And what better way to start it than with the buy-ins? So in 2019, Brian, so pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I've got it pulled up over here. Nice.
Okay.
And
so 2019, we had Britt Baker and Bea Priestley on the buy-in. In a 2020, the buy-in was Serena Deeb and Allison Kay.
Yeah, former or actually a GSW competitor. Allison Kay.
And then this year on the buy-in, females, once again, their second match on the card is going to come courtesy of the buy-in. It's Nyla Rose and Jamie Hayter against Thunder Rosa and Hikaru Shida. This is, first of all, weird together. Tag team.
Yeah. I'm not quite feeling that one a little bit. I mean, I guess it displays a little bit more of their division.
This isn't the All Elite Hour. Yeah, this isn't the All Elite Hour. You don't have to just, kiss butt on some terrible booking here. This is some bullshit.
I said it feels thrown together.
Yeah, it is. Kissing ass. It is. They're like, we want these four girls who are no longer in the tournament or whatever to. Here you go. MJ, what's your thought here?
Yeah.
My thoughts exactly yours, Adam. I mean, you could do definitely better. You got Red Velvet to work with. You got Jade to work with. I know you got the TBS stuff going on, but you can definitely just throw a little bit of something more meaningful than this for a buy-in.
What about this, MJ? What if they were to take, it doesn't even matter which match, but any one of the remaining matches in the TBS Championship and put it here as the second women's match, but not just that, move it onto the actual card and don't make it part of the buy-in.
I mean, that would boost the TBS show way more because we're worrying about self-viewers and everything, so that would definitely make more of an impact having your championship on the main, well, not your championship, but a championship-based match on the main card.
I like it too. If you want to do one of the next rounds, Brian, are you opposed to this?
No, I'm not opposed to it, but don't they have it already spread out to go until
they
January,
do,
I think, right? Or
they do, but I mean, let's be honest. This is thrown together nonsense. We could put a match of consequence here.
Sure.
It doesn't matter what consequence you want to throw out there. It could be a number one contender. It could be something. This is a throwaway match that I don't even know if we should bother picking the winners of. It's heel team versus face
like
team.
You said. Oh, I'm sorry. Go on.
No, that was it.
No, I was just saying, aren't these all the women that were eliminated from the tournament?
I think Nyla Rose is still in it.
Yes.
So she's still in it, but she's in this match. That is a little weird.
That's weird.
So again, but some of the booking decisions just don't make sense. Like how I get the women being on the buy-in in 2019, and they probably weren't ready to get two matches on a pay-per-view in 2020. But here we are in 2021. They're about to get a second belt, and they're relegated to the buy-in again for their non-championship match because we might as well do them together here. But we had Riho versus Emmy Sakura 2 years ago. We had Shida versus Nyla Rose last year, and we have Britt versus Ty this year. By the way, I forgot to introduce our fourth member on the board. We got Hall of Famer Christopher Stike there. Berto's here. Berto, man, haven't seen you in a long time. And DP is also joining us so far. Others will trickle in. I don't think there's any way. If Nyla's still in here, maybe they're trying to push her.
I guess.
I don't know, man.
Just another match.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It is kind of sad though that all the
flip a fucking coin. Who cares here?
Every single buy-in match has been a women's match.
I mean, I at least want my buy-in matches to at least coincide with storylines, not just something thrown together just before the pay-per-view.
Yeah, and that's why
it would be nice.
You could throw something. I mean, right now I feel like they're gonna add a Cody and Pac tag match against Malachi and Andrade last minute, or they're gonna throw Sammy Guevara. Oh no, he's in. I forgot he's in the street fight. So the TNT title is just not being challenged for. Anyway, go ahead and make your pick, boys. Nyla Rose, Jamie Hayter, or Rosa and Shida.
Well, I'm going to say Rosa and Shida.
All right, MJ?
I'm going to go Rosa and Shida.
I am going to not give a fuck and just agree with you guys.
No, come on. But it's really because you care.
Check the fucking tape, Brian. I've championed the women's division lately. And this is just bullshit. And I think I showed the pattern and made my case that they can't get a second match on the card. Here we are 3 years in. Anyway, also, I don't think there's a chance in fucking hell that Ty Conti wins this. Do you, Brian? They gave her the win tonight. She got Rebel to tap out, man. Doesn't that make her look strong?
I mean, it does. So wait, who is Ty going against now? Set it up for me again.
They had a classic AEW 6 women tag match tonight between Britt and her two cronies against Ty, Anna Jay, and they decided to throw Thunder Rosa in there.
Right. Well, you got to even it up.
Yeah, but okay.
What?
I hate. This is what he does on Wednesdays, MJ.
What? No.
He just can't. He just can't.
I have to be the voice of reason.
I mean, do you think that this should have been Thunder Rosa in this match?
In what match?
Do you think she should have been the number one ranked and should have been the one to face Britt?
But here's the thing. She's not.
Okay, but I'm just saying, would it made sense? Because I'm pretty sure Ty Conti's already faced Britt for the title about 2 or 3 months ago.
No, that was Anna Jay. But what you're saying is they don't want to put any real challengers Britt's way yet. Britt's just running the clock for now. On the board, Daniel Price says, Adam, remember when you had a problem with prominent titles not being defended on pay-per-views for no good reason and angry at WWE for doing it? Pepperidge Farm remembers. I'm not sure what he's talking about there. I was asking for women to have more than one match. It didn't matter if one was for the belt or not, or neither was. I don't know. And Juan is here late too. DP's up my butt.
Yeah.
And not the
He
good
says,
way.
Brian, even you have to admit they've booked Rosa like trash. Yeah,
Well,
I wouldn't say trash, but definitely
no,
she's cooled off.
No, tonight apparently everybody was pissed off. I think somebody was saying this was her like third or fourth Dynamite match.
That's it.
Yeah. There was something really, really low.
Well, her and Britt, does it count?
Well, you got to remember, Brian, you say that's it, but they only allow 2 women to wrestle a week.
Yeah, shut up. That's not.
Hey, now Dark has like a mass amounts.
See?
Oh, yeah, and their
Hey,
collective
why
total
would
run
you do
time
that?
is 20 minutes for like 15 women. Did both of you agree to just pick Britt, or you want to try and make an argument for Ty here?
I'm gonna pick Britt.
Yeah, Britt.
Okay.
1000%.
All right.
Just because my opinion is that Thunder is gonna take that from Britt at some point.
Ooh. What's up, Juan?
Sure. So let's go through the MJF and Darby saga over the years through Full Gear. In 2019, they weren't on the card. Both guys were left off the card because you had to make room for a stellar match like Shawn Spears and Joey Janela. 2020,
Wait, they weren't on the card at all.
no, they were not on the initial card, the
I
first
felt
Full
that
Gear
was
card. Don't worry, like I said, Joey Janela and Shawn Spears were, and that match was fucking had Joey Janela in it.
Yeah.
Anyway, last year MJF is fighting Jericho. I don't remember if that was a dead middle of that fucking feud or if it was part of Pinnacle and Inner Circle at that point. I don't know. And then Darby was fighting Cody for the TNT Championship.
That's right. I remember that.
So, which I think we all can agree is not the same level title as the AEW Championship. No matter what anyone wants to say. So, Darby and MJF, huge spots against Jericho and Cody last year. Not on the card the first year, and against each other this year. MJ, I've said this to Brian. I don't know if you would agree. I think this is they had nothing for either guy to do right now, so they decided to book them against each other.
Or they could have just sat around and was like, who didn't face each other yet? And they're like, oh, you guys really haven't faced each other? Well, run it.
Well,
makes sense, right?
MJ,
See,
did you ever play those
more
wrestling games
than...
where you gotta like book a pay-per-view and you're like, oh, I forgot to put these 2 guys in. I don't know, fucking make them fight each other. That's what I feel like.
Pillars, Adam.
Yeah, see? Thank you. They're the pillars.
Calm down, Brian. Calm down, Brian. It's what they say.
They are. I mean, they're being fucking. They have a match on a pay-per-view. I mean, come on, that's being promoted right there.
Match on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You got a company that runs special dynamites and special. You know what I mean?
Let's put this side by side with another one for Brian, MJ. Let's try and help spell it out for Brian. The Punk and Eddie Kingston feud is probably a couple weeks old, whereas the Darby MJF feud has felt like it's been going since All Out. So my question to you is, which feud do you think, since neither has a title or championship, they're just grudge matches, which grudge match are you looking most forward to because of the build? Is it Punk and Kingston, or is it Darby and MJF, the 2 pillars of AEW, or is it the 2 old guys? Brian?
Don't lie, Brian.
Oh, I thought you were talking. I thought you said MJ.
No, I said MJ. Let's try
Brian
to make a case.
At least.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I heard MJ and then I tuned out and I was reading the board.
Brian.
I can read the board.
Brian.
Yes. Hello, Adam.
The 2 pillars of AEW, 2 of the 4, Darby and MJF are fighting.
Yes.
And so is Punk and Kingston. 2 for just not for. I'm not criticizing them, but 2 old fart veterans.
Sure.
Okay, are fighting.
Sure.
Versus 2 pillars of the future of AEW. Which feud has had the better build where you're looking more forward to it?
Oh, Punk and Kingston, easy. I mean, that's just
okay.
Not so much because they spent more time on it. I feel like they had equal amount of airtime.
Yeah,
I feel like just the Punk and Kingston stuff has just been a little bit more. I don't know. There's been more substance there.
but you got Wardlow and Sting on the. That's not enough substance to you.
I think I know what Rob's saying.
Rob, that's Adam.
I did that on purpose, but I think I know what Adam's saying. All right. So I think he means that Punk and Kingston did it in one promo while Darby and MJF had to have multiple ones to do it.
And we don't care as much. That's my point.
We don't care as much.
That's why I feel like this was so thrown together, Brian.
It's a good point. I
do predictions.
I 100% disagree on the whole thrown together thing, but I still think this is it's a big match. I think it'll definitely it's gonna land. It's gonna be a good match. I'm looking forward to it. I don't think it's gonna be one of the
I want to be clear, Brian. I'm not criticizing the match.
For sure. No, I get that.
I think it will be a good match. I'm saying that, hey, this feud is not as good. MJ put it right. There was one promo for Punk and Kingston, and I'm more looking forward to that one.
Right. I'm
Simple.
with you.
And they had another promo tonight that went to the parking lot. They've even in 2 short weeks booked it better. Unfortunately, I think let's start with Punk and Eddie Kingston. MJ, who you got there?
Man, you gotta give me about an hour to think about this one. Can I put the finish too? I want to draw the finish out for this too.
Go for it.
I got CM Punk winning by Anaconda Vice. I see it happening before my eyes.
Is that just because you don't think he can lift up Eddie Kingston?
No, it's because I don't think they're gonna give Kingston a 1-2-3 on the mat.
Interesting.
I think Punk's winning. I don't know the finish to argue against MJ. I haven't really thought about it because I think just Punk is winning.
What's Mr. Roberto doing over there?
I'm not sure, but he's going to join us for a little bit.
You know me, when I get here on Wednesdays, I'm just fixing the shit that Adam just like neglected to do, the little things. It's all good.
What did I neglect?
Well, Brian was looking at like the wall over there on his camera.
Oh well, he
didn't bother
care.
to like put the camera on you so he could talk to you.
He didn't care.
And what the fuck's MJ's deal? Where's the fucking video for him?
He doesn't have video.
It didn't work out.
It's fucking 2021. You don't have a fucking video. You don't have a camera. The fuck?
Would you as if you reverse that?
What did he say?
He's only got a camera for All Elite Hour. I'm just translating.
Yeah. We can only use it for All Elite Hour, not for this.
It's clocked.
Whatever.
Punk and Kingston. Either one of you think Kingston's winning here?
Ooh, no. I like what MJ's saying about Anaconda Vice. I'm gonna go GTS for the win.
But Punk's winning, as we all agree.
Correct.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So here's the question. Now I haven't been watching a lot lately. I'm gonna be honest.
It's still predictable if that's what your question is.
No, it's not. But thank you for interrupting.
I was trying to predict your predictable
No, okay,
question.
I appreciate you continue to interrupt. That's cool. So has Eddie has he still been playing the face role lately?
Not really.
Really? 'Cause
Punk is kind of the face.
He's been kind of playing the face for a while.
He kind of toes it.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
he was
but-
with Mox, but now Mox is gone.
No.
So now
Either you're a heel or you're not. You could be an anti-face.
He's an anti-face because he
Okay,
was
but
rolling
he's
with
not,
Mox.
He's not playing heel. Oh, he's rolling with Mox, so he's fucking playing the face. Okay, thank you. So in that case,
Mox isn't here anymore.
it doesn't matter. He's still playing the fucking face role. You're a heel or a face. The fuck.
Or a tweener.
If you're a tweener is a face. A heel is a fucking heel.
What's the top?
Tweener is a face.
A tweener is a
What's
face.
a power bottom?
What about a
Stone
bottom?
Cold was an anti-heel, but he was an anti-face, but he was a face. You loved him. He was a fucking face.
What about a
If you're-
bear?
Shut up. If you're a heel, you're a heel. Period. Right? Okay, so my point here is, if Kingston is a face right now, and he's not with Mox anymore, and you're saying, oh, he shouldn't be a face because he's not with Mox anymore, and then he's fighting CM Punk, then the obvious outcome is Eddie Kingston wins by some dirty shit. CM Punk gets his first loss. Kingston gets all the fucking heat in the world because he cheated to beat CM Punk for his first match back. Fuck you guys. You guys are lame with your boring ass predictions.
No, that's not happening.
I like your dream state there, but I mean,
Okay.
Punk's winning.
Cool.
I like Berto's. He says Punk's gonna win via pedigree.
Fucking marks.
I mean, Pepsi Plunge. It's basically a pedigree.
Yeah.
Fucking second rope pedigree.
I mean, I don't disagree with the good booking angle of Rob. I don't know why he thinks that. I wouldn't put money against Punk for Kingston at all.
You don't have money.
If they're gonna give the first win in AEW to over Punk to anyone, it's gonna be somebody young. It's not gonna be Eddie Kingston.
That's a good point. I just don't see Punk taking a loss this early.
All right, exactly, and that's the other thing.
That your heart doesn't like, Brian.
Oh, he's calling you out, Brian.
What did he say?
He called you rose-colored, Brian.
I called you a homeboy.
The one that might be a toss-up is Darby and MJF. Which pillar is winning? Brian, I want you to pick first.
Darby and MJF. I gotta go with MJF. I've been hearing little rumblings and seeing stuff kind of saying that he's the next one up, next challenger, if you will. He might get a shot, so I can believe that.
Okay. MJ.
I got to draw.
Draw what? What are you
Like
gonna draw?
time limit?
This isn't Pictionary.
Match is the time limit draw.
What?
Yes.
Well, I mean, they did it with Cody and MJF, didn't they? Or no, they did it with Darby and Cody. That's the one.
A draw.
Darby and Cody, did they?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the first one.
A draw is
First time
like coming right before you get in the pussy. Like, oh, it's a draw.
Yeah, this would be the 5th time they would play the draw card, if they did that.
Come on.
I think MJF wins because I think it's dirty. I think Wigwam gets involved, takes out Lex Luger, and so
Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah, sorry. Anyway, MJF wins. I just don't. I was shocked they let fucking Jericho get a pin on MJF or submission, whatever the hell he won by.
Well, anybody can get pinned by Jericho and that'd be all right. It's Jericho.
MJ, I didn't write down who you picked.
He said fucking draw.
Oh, that's right. He said a draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, draw, bro.
Yeah, that's why I didn't write it down. That was crazy. What do you got, Rob?
The way I see it is MJF has been on a slow climb up the mountain, a slow, sustained climb up the mountain, which I think MJF is the best long game AEW has done in their existence, and I think Darby hit his fucking ceiling a long time ago.
A long time ago.
And he's on the fucking way down. So
he's not a pillar.
MJF is the obvious. You can lose to Jericho no matter who you are, and you'll be fine. You lose to Darby on his way down when you've been climbing for fucking years. That's a fucking bust.
And maybe there's a way that this happens where what I predicted last time, Brian, with Sting screwing Darby by accident.
Do you really ever screw somebody by accident?
Like he gets knocked into him and he, falls off the rope, so he can't do his cough and drop.
You didn't know what
I'm sorry, I fucked you like that.
Yeah, like I sorry if I I thought that was I didn't know your butt.
I fell in.
Yeah.
Butt sex.
So let's talk about a couple other ones here. We've got our 10-man street fight, Inner Circle versus American Top Team, which is Scorpio, and Men of the Year, which is Scorpio and Ethan Page. 2 years ago, Jericho's fighting Cody for the AEW title, and that was it for the Inner Circle. America's Top Team wasn't on the card in any sense. Last year, you had Hardy fighting Guevara in the Ultimate Deletion match, and you had MJF and Jericho going at it. So, Men of the Year and America's Top Team, this is important. But I think that this is fucking War Games, man.
Yeah.
You got J.J. Dillon in there to take the pin. Even though it's a street fight, I'm not saying it's War Games. I'm saying that you have Dan Lambert in there. Everybody hates him. He can eat the pin out of these 10 men and it not hurt them in any way. And that's what I think is going to happen. So I think Inner Circle, I think the beatdown that they put on Jericho and everything tonight is so that they can look strong, old school booking. They look strong in the go home show because they're losing on Saturday or Sunday. Excuse me.
Interesting.
MJ, what do you got?
I Men of the Year need this win. Inner Circle, just like you said about Darby, they're going up. It's got to drop down. They got to pass it off to someone.
Yeah, but it could be a way that Men of the Year get rid of Top Team or get rid of Dan Lambert. They're like, oh, we don't need you. You're the one who cost us this.
Well, I thought they were only with them is because it's to boost Ethan and Scorpio.
I thought it was just to make 5-on-5.
Wouldn't like that.
That's probably what it is.
Don't
overthink.
Yeah, I mean,
what are you doing, Dan?
Shit, we got 9. We need one more.
Who do we get? We throw Dan Lambert in there.
Do we have like an old wrestler's son or something we can put in?
Who's your pick, Rob?
What's the match?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Inner Circle or the other guys?
Yeah, Inner Circle. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Brian.
I agree that Men of the Year need the win. I just don't see it happening. So I'm going to Inner Circle.
Yeah. They're not. Remember, the Men of the Year aren't related to anyone. They're not an EVP.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason that they stuck 2 singles guys and made them a group.
I just want to be fair for a minute, man. Be fair for a minute. We've given a lot of shit over the years for really bad fucking team names at WWE. I gotta say, AEW, they're on a fucking steady track of fucking shitty team names too.
Oh yeah, they're bad.
Oh, we're Men of the Year. It's fucking,
American Top Team is
so
pretty bad.
Stupid.
American Top Team that's not theirs. That's been around forever.
It don't matter. Even the Nightmare Family's fucking retarded.
Wait, no. What about the Nightmare Factory?
Oh.
Yeah, I use the R word. I don't care. I'm in my 40s. Fuck
wow.
you. The what?
Dropped a hard R.
Yeah, Rob's not woke.
I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care.
All right, let's go on.
Cancel me, motherfuckers.
This match, you want to talk about fucking stall, because this shit is
fucking stall. Nobody complains about that, but
this is a fucking stall for I don't know how long. I can't believe we're even still on this, but it's a Falls Count Anywhere between the Super Click and Brian's Jungle Express and Christian.
Is he like Tarzan?
Jesus Christ. How are we still on these 6 motherfuckers? We had an 8-man match. We've had all sorts of combinations. We've had so many don't give a fuck moments with these guys. The best moment that the Super Click had was with Dark Order. But here we are. Here we are,
Adam.
MJ, you wanna take lead on this one?
Oh, first off, I'll take Rob's moniker and say I don't give a fuck about this match at all.
That shit's trademarked.
It's nothing. It really is nothing. It's really nothing.
Yeah.
Why? We all know the Elite's gonna come out at the end in the main event. So why? You know what? Come on.
Yeah, they'll probably have to bookend the show, so this will probably be the curtain.
You think so?
Oh yeah, the Bucks have to bookend the show like they do so many times. Especially if Kenny's gonna lose it, this is their last chance to dick ride him. So yeah.
I got them winning.
At this point in time, I kind of every time I hear the Elite, I think of Ballad of Ricky Bobby, Talladega Nights. Like, I got a new nickname, Magic Man. Now you see me, now you don't. It's like, we got a new nickname. We're the Elite. Yeah. I like that, man. That's good shit. Oh, I got that one. Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's the Super Elite. Super Click.
Oh, the Super Elite.
Yeah.
Super Click,
yeah.
Robert.
Anyway, Super Click is winning because they're going to continue to win until they get the trio titles that aren't invented yet. Brian, what's your pick?
I don't know about the trio titles, but I'm gonna go with Super Click. I don't see them taking a loss to a team. I don't want to say that they're thrown together, Jurassic Express and Christian, but it's kind of thrown.
Dude, Christian's on his way to
Christian's in the
catering.
So maybe they do win because of Christian. Who knows?
Yeah, I feel bad for Christian. I think Christian, this might be the turning point, so now he can finally have his feud with Jungle Boy.
Can I confirm something?
They gotta lose to do it though.
Is anybody but us calling them the Super Click? Are they officially?
No, it's Super Click spelled KLIQ.
Okay, well, first, that's stupid. Second, is nobody else kind of offended by that in kind of a little bit of a way as a wrestling fan? Like the click was one of the most iconic things in wrestling history. It's a big thing. It's not a small thing. It's a big thing, right? The click, and these.
It's one of those like Montreal Screwjob level moments.
Well, it's just sure, and these fucking T-shirt salesmen are fucking. They're like, oh, we're gonna call ourselves the Super Click, and we're gonna spell it wrong.
I guess it was an old
we're gonna
name.
spell it wrong to be ironic. You know, I'm just
No,
I really think that's how they think it's spelled.
Oh, that
also whoa. Well, first of all, it's also a play on. It's like a super kick. They're known for their super kick parties.
No,
so they're the
clever.
Super Click.
It's clever.
That didn't help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish it did, but
I'm sorry. I hate to come in here and be the fucking buzzkill guy, which I don't. But I just it seems like more and more as AEW has continued to maturate, and I put quotes there. It just more and more I just continuously hate the Young Bucks and everything that they do.
Okay, hold on a second, Brian and MJ. Rob?
Yeah.
You want to talk about next level hate for the Bucks? You want to know what you don't have that I have?
Huh.
Well, you haven't been watching.
No, I haven't.
So they took a guy that's awesome, like and super likable, like Adam Cole.
Yeah.
And now I don't like him.
Really?
Yeah, because he's with the Bucks. That's all they do.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it is.
That's all they do
like
is fucking dick ride with the Bucks.
It's like being in a women's division with Charlotte.
It's like being Keith Lee's manager.
Oh yeah.
Hey, go ahead and tell them what happened tonight, Adam. With Bobby Fish.
Yeah.
I love Bobby. Do I hate him now?
The Super Click is better than Undisputed Era. I'll just sum it up that way.
Oh man.
Is that good enough way to describe it?
So bad.
MJ?
That was the best way to describe it.
You know who the fucking Young Bucks are? They're the fucking band geeks from school that thought that they were so cool. Like they would walk around and be like, "Shut the fuck up, trumpet player."
No. They weren't even playing D&D. They were playing their own version they created because nobody wanted to play D&D with them.
But they walked around just cocky as
They're
fuck.
like, "Can't you book me as an elf?" No, play your own game.
Yeah. So I don't. All that shit Adam threw in didn't help my joke, but it's cool.
All right.
Yeah.
By the way, to play the game, the Bucks 2 years ago were fighting Santana and Ortiz, and last year they fought FTR at Full Gear to win the titles and hold them hostage for a year, killing the division Charlotte style. MJ doesn't care. Brian, what's your pick for this one? You said Super Click. Oh, Rob, what's your pick?
Oh.
Yeah, Super Click.
I'm not picking the fucking
Super Click.
Super
Click.
Stupid.
You don't want to go with the Super Click?
No, I don't care about Super Click. That's funny. That's not a real thing.
It is if she's Wonder Woman.
That nobody got that.
Crickets.
Nobody got
Oh.
that. No.
Come on, MJ. You're supposed to kiss the host's ass.
Wait, why? Why Superwoman?
Wonder Woman. Get it?
Don't.
Because Wonder Woman's a
We
superhero.
have one rule. There is one rule on this show. We do not bring up comic book shit because Adam will destroy the fucking show. He will take it over.
Yeah.
No, but that was simple. That would be like
Or
saying
how-
Superman and can fly.
No, we're not talking
That's
about.
all.
We're not doing comic book shit. No, end it.
You're not even supposed to be here. You don't even go here.
It's my fucking. I own the studio. What do you want?
All right. Let's go to the championship match. We got Lucha Brothers and FTR. I talked about FTR losing last year to the Bucks. They weren't on the roster in 2019. But Lucha Brothers were. They fought in a triple threat for the tag titles against SCU and Private Party. And then last year, Luchas were left off the card. what I find funny is the first full gear you have a triple threat, SCU, Lucha Brothers, and Private Party, who at the time had beaten the Bucks, had earned their way back up the rankings, and we're in a good spot here as the first, I believe, triple threat tag title match in AEW history at the time. Now, because of all these new signings and all these fucking Frankenstein teams that have to go in the division, Private Party is relegated to running in when Matt Hardy points at someone or when they need somebody on Dark Elevation. I don't want to die on this mountain here, but this is a sad state of affairs that your tag teams have gone from a good division, possibly the best in all of wrestling, to the sad state it is now.
Whoa.
Dude, Malachi Black.
You're saying the tag division is in a sad state?
Yes, Malachi Black and Andrade are probably up in the rankings. Frankenstein. Dante Martin and Leo Rush are probably moving up the rankings. Frankenstein. Private Party and the real teams are fucking lackeys. Private Party, Butcher and Blade, and Hybrid are all lackeys to Matt Hardy.
So did you actually look at what the rankings were, or you just assumed?
Doesn't it matter ever?
Jungle Express lose to Super Clit every week.
Because every single team that's in the top 6 of their rankings are all actual tag teams. They're all real tag teams.
Go ahead and drop them on us.
So obviously Lucha Brothers. Then you have
the FTR, champions are ranked number 1 in the.
I'm saying I said obviously, duh. They're at the top of the fucking pile. Then you have FTR. Then you have the Bucks. Then you have Jungle Express. Then you have Caster and Bowens. And then you have Private.
Wait, who? Who?
Sorry?
Who did you say after the Bucks and Jungle Express?
Why don't you just say their team name, Brian?
Why couldn't I just say Caster and Owens?
Because you said every else team name. You didn't say Dax Hardwood and Cash Wheeler, did you?
All right, well, then you have Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson. And then you have Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. And then you have Anthony Bowens and Max Caster.
My point was, if you want to say the Acclaimed, that's
You know, I feel bad.
Well, sometimes I don't really subscribe by that name.
Really doesn't make
call them
sense
by their actual name.
Because why is Bowens having 2 singles matches in 2 weeks? If they're the top, they're ranked.
Hey, because nothing makes sense.
Hey, Brian, you know who I feel you know who I feel sorry for? I feel sorry for Private Party, and I tell you why. You ever see the movie The Replacements?
Yeah, of course.
Right? They come in, they get their shit together, they kick ass, they're fucking dominating.
They're Keanu Reeves.
And then the strike ends, and then the real players come in, right?
But no, the quarterback shows up first, just so Keanu Reeves is out.
It doesn't matter. Don't quit fucking with my shit, man. You're not adding clever things to it. You're fucking it up. So anyway,
I was saying they're first out.
So they made it there, and then the other ones come in and take all the credit. Private Party was the initial fucking welcoming crew for. They helped build AEW in the beginning. And it was just like, we're going to slowly just push you back, and then push you back, and then push you back. You know what? Now you're just going to hang out with Matt Hardy.
Yeah, but you got
for the next 2 years.
You got healthcare back in catering.
Yeah.
Daniel Price says Triple H and company spelled click with a Q back then too. So
you can spell click with a Q, but you can't, stop. Just let it go.
All right, we got 3 matches to go. We still got to pick this one. Lucha Brothers and FTR. This is a replay of Christian and Omega. I'll let you take one title, but not both. There's no way FTR's winning here. Lucha's win.
Omega.
And I feel like this possibly is where you have a whole bunch of fucking run out people like you did tonight after Dax and Pac had a match.
Like who? Like Kalisto?
Like you have Pac, Andrade, Cody. Unless they make that stupid tag match, you'll have Malachi, Andrade, Pac, and Cody all come running out there.
I love how Pac just sounds like a Boston version of Pac. You got Pac. Fucking.
Hey,
you got
Pac.
Go send
I-
Pac out there.
I packed my cat having you.
Oh, Pac is wicked smart.
Pac is gonna fight Eddie Kingston and
Oh, shit.
MJ, FTR, Lucha.
Whoops.
I got the Lucha Brothers because what? Never mind. I didn't explain myself. That's pretty much just what it is.
Rob is picking Kalisto. It looks like.
Make a AEW tag division thing.
Brian, who you picking?
Lucha Brothers, definitely Lucha Brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So,
don't see FTR winning.
This is a typical AEW pay-per-view card where we know all the matches ahead of time. Who's going to win?
Just another poor attempt.
Daniel Price. Daniel Price on the board said Brian drinking the water looked like a hamster on a feeder bottle.
Rob's must have been drinking the sake because that's not as funny as he's acting.
Oh no, it's so funny.
All right, we got two matches to go. Rob, Lucha or FTR? Oh, he says Lucha. Okay, forgot. He was doing
Lucha.
All right. Before we get to Omega and Page, the American Dragon against Miro, the replacement. Who's winning here, Brian? You kick it off.
I gotta go with. You know what? No, I'm sorry. I'm going with Miro, and I think Lana debuts and helps him win.
Okay, that would be Bryan Danielson's first official loss.
There's an uplifting sign.
Yeah, I was waiting for like a round of applause or some some roar of the crowd.
That would be.
Like, whoa, no!
Oh, and Stike says they did announce. By the way, guess what? I'll wait. I'll get to Rob in a second.
What if
'cause
Lana debuts?
Rob's gonna lose his shit.
What if Lana debuts and then fucking Nia Jax comes out and puts it through it?
Oh my god, she did get released, so it could work.
Just put it right through the fucking table.
That would be so fucking funny. Or Lana puts her through the table.
They're gonna do it in AW too.
Okay. Rob, Miro or Bryan Danielson, #1 contender match.
Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
Daniel Bryan.
MJ, what's your pick?
The man of 2,000 holds, Daniel Bryan.
So
that's not what he did.
I think.
But how many holds did fucking what's his fucking face back in the day have?
Dean Malenko?
Yeah.
1,000. 1,000.
1,000?
Man,
So now Daniel Bryan has 2,000?
I've
only ever seen Daniel Bryan do like 4 holds.
Okay. Good talk.
Oh my god, Rob, you are such a fucking
4
hater.
fucking holds.
All right, Rob, I need you to hold it together because you're about to go ballistic in the next match.
Ooh, yay.
So just wait, and I'll come to you first.
Cool.
I really like what Brian said, and here's why. Miro is the perfect example of a guy to lose to Hangman. I really think the #1 contender match here determines who wins the big belt. If Hangman wins, he's not going to fight Bryan Danielson immediately and lose. If Hangman wins, he could fight Miro. That's a good first challenge. If Bryan Danielson wins the #1 contender, I feel like he has to have the match with Omega. If Omega loses and Bryan Danielson loses, they can have their part 2 match without the championship involved. And
do you think they're going to be showing their hand having this match? Like, I mean, obviously it has to be before the World Championship match.
Yeah, I think they are showing their hand like they do most other things.
Right?
Miro wins, Hangman wins, Dragon wins, Omega wins. Because and Dragon and Omega are going to fight each other next. So I'm going to go with Miro. But before we go to the Omega Page discussion, I want Rhodey to get ready.
Yeah.
He's got a special helmet on.
I'm ready.
So he can't hurt himself. You remember that guy Malachi Black?
Yeah.
awesome. Like
Uh-huh.
he's a singles guy, right?
Big fan, love him.
Singles
Yeah.
wrestler.
Yeah,
Do you remember Andrade?
loved him. Great.
Singles wrestler,
Yeah,
right?
fucking won me over. Love him.
You know Pac, aka Neville.
Pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking love him. Underused.
Singles wrestler.
So much so. Yeah, should have been like already having a belt.
And what about Cody?
I mean, love him or hate him. Yeah,
He's a singles guy.
Yeah,
Well, they don't have a singles division in AEW, so what we get is Malachi Black and Andrade teaming up for no reason.
Yeah.
Other than they've thrown them together the last few weeks to take on Pac and Cody, who they've thrown together for no reason.
Yeah, it's let's bring in these two high-profile names.
Right.
Let's not separate them as far as we can from each other, and then eventually in 2 years you bring them back together for a feud. Let's immediately put them together.
One drop the NXT title to the other.
Let their combined flame kind of lower each other's flames to a smaller flame, and then throw them in a tag match.
Yeah, they're going to fight Men of the Year next, I think.
I mean, I'm not trying to be critical. I love AEW.
So who's your winner?
Who are they fighting?
Cody and Pac.
And Pac versus Alec Malachi, and
Alec.
but it's Cody. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Cody's got to
Come
win.
on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody don't lose.
That's what I'm saying. Pac and
come
Cody.
on.
MJ.
Is this for the TNT fucking tag?
Don't hold back, MJ.
Don't give a fuck. I would say it on AEH too, Brian. This doesn't do anything. What does it do? Nothing.
It's four
Nothing.
guys who were left off the card thrown in.
Right. Thank you, MJ. What does it do? Nothing. Nothing.
It's like fan service for a movie or a show. It's like, hey, they don't have a story, but we'll have you watch these guys wrestle.
You know what it is? It's when I'm really high and I have my action figures in my ring and I'm by myself. I have this tag match. It's not something that I'm gonna put on TV, but it's like, oh, here we go. You're fighting, and now you're kissing. Now you're having.
Whoa.
You gotta have half of these guys on the card at least.
Yeah.
Have them all on the card.
Yeah, why don't you make good stories? Put them on the card.
Have them all. Well, have them all.
Singles division.
Don't put Cody on the card.
Yeah, Cody doesn't deserve it.
Sorry.
Just have it make sense.
Or what if this is the buy-in?
What?
No.
You can't make it up, man.
This would be the buy-in on WWE. But Cody's an owner here, so he's not on the buy-in.
This is the buy-in.
Yeah.
Who's your pick here? You gonna let Cody lose again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Cody loses too.
They shouldn't have beat Malachi in the first place, so.
Agreed.
Not to mention, we still don't know why Malachi went after Cody. Still don't know.
Well,
Still.
obviously he was fucking with his corn.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
Jimmy cracked it.
No, that doesn't do anything for the
Omega and Paige.
Children of the Corn reference. Come on.
Right.
So why did you say cracked it? Like it's a baseball. We weren't talking about Field of Dreams.
No.
Yeah.
It's a Jimmy
If you
cracked
build it, they
corn.
will come.
No, I understand that.
That's not Field of Dreams.
Jimmy cracked corn. Well, it don't matter. I'm making it's a
Pain
reference
heals, chicks
to
big
that.
scars, glory lasts forever.
It's a reference to that genre of fucking movie, which had nothing to do with Children of the Corn, which is my reference for Malachi. You just can't let somebody else have a fucking thing with that. Oh, let me add something to it. Go ahead. What's next?
DP says Cody goes heel after they lose on Pac, blaming him for the loss. Cool.
I'm going back to England.
Omega and Paige, AEW title. Elephant in the room also, we have not talked about Wyndham Rotunda.
Ooh.
Is there any chance he shows up here and takes this? So if Daniel Bryan wins, not Miro. Excuse me, Bryan Danielson wins, not Miro. I could see Wyndham costing Paige here. Because that gives you a built-in feud for when Omega moves on to the American Dragon. You would have Hangman go to Wyndham. Which would also, since Hangman's involved with the Dark Order.
I'd have Wyndham interrupt Darby than anything.
Yeah, that's true. Have him get involved with Sting and shit. Ooh,
Or he
I'm
could-
into that.
He could
It
interrupt.
seems more his code.
He can interrupt the tag match between Cody and fucking Pac. And
That would fucking
And just say stop.
All I know is he has to be undefeated for his first year, like all these other guys, right?
Are they still selling the Fiend belt on WWEshop.com?
No, it's gonna be.
You're the only one with an account.
Yeah, that Tom Savini and Bray Wyatt own that. So
Let's see.
also,
Yeah, but
the
they probably
T-shirt
produce
guys are probably gonna put out a hemp belt as soon as Daniel Bryan wins.
No,
The AEW
They got a
championship.
point, Ed.
they got
You make a
Hardys
really
on their
good
team.
point.
It's straight THC. What?
Huh?
You make a good point, Adam. How all these men that are getting signed are undefeated, but as soon as Ruby Soho comes in, she loses her first match.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
you want to open up a can about the women's division?
Well,
Is that
I
what
mean,
you
and that's actually that's a mistake, MJ, of bringing in Ruby and pushing her straight to the titles to lose. You're clearly you've got Britt Baker, who's not dropping it anytime soon. Why would you bring in anyone as a contender? That's like year ago Kenny Omega,
Might as
who's
well just throw women's championship matches on Dark.
yeah, and Omega last year won his #1 contendership, and then at Full Gear, fighting Hangman Page. So this is 2 years in a row there, and Omega had the lights out match against Mox at the first Full Gear. So I just there's a huge problem right now. If you don't give Hangman the title here, you've got all these new guys that they want to push toward the belt. They want Bryan Danielson to have the title. They want the Yes Movement to be in AEW. This whole thing, all these new guys, the fact that you have Black and Andrade and now in the tag division because you don't have anything for them. The fact that you signed Ethan Page, doesn't have to be ex-WWE guys, and put him in the tag division. The fact that Sting and Darby are basically a tag team. The fact that everybody's part of a faction or a team. The fact that there are so many meaningless matches. I'm not shitting on anything, MJ or Brian. Because the matches are quality matches, but you know the outcome in all of them, and the stories aren't that engaging. The matches are. The example I'll give you, Brian, and I'm going to throw it to you for retort, is everything that Punk promised us, Daniel Bryan has delivered on. All these matches against random talent, young guys and stuff like that, Daniel Bryan has delivered on. Punk has fought like 5 times. Daniel Bryan's fighting at least a match a week on either Rampage or Dynamite, primarily Rampage.
Yeah, but Punk has also been having, excuse me, he's been having matches with fucking Powerhouse Hobbs, with Danny Garcia. I mean, he's been working with a lot of younger talent.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that, but Punk has wrestled 5 times and been on commentary a ton.
Punk
Bryan Danielson wrestles every week. That's all I'm saying.
Punk also didn't step in a ring for 7 fucking years, and Daniel Bryan has been actively wrestling for the past 3-4 years.
That's true too.
So
I mean, Punk has said that he's going to be there every week, and he has been there every week. So
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, he just
Stop
had his
being a
first
dick.
Dynamite match too. So think about that.
No, I'm not being a dick when I say this, Rob.
That's
The Bryan Danielson, they have attached a rocket ship to him, and I don't know how they book their way around it. So, but I've picked Miro to win, where you and MJ have the Dragon. Brian, I'm gonna make you lead here. Omega and Page, give me your winner and why.
I'm
Give
going
me another pen.
Page. Page. I mean, there's going to be funny business, but I think overall, I think it's going to be a clean win.
What about the segment tonight with the signing and Don Callis as the cameraman? Did you give a shit?
Nah, not really. I mean, it's cool that Callis is back, but I mean, he wasn't really gone.
Yeah, I didn't miss him. I mean, he's been gone for 5 or 6 weeks. I didn't even miss him.
Yeah, it hasn't really been that long. But yeah, no, you know, I really do think it's time for Hangman, especially with all these other people around him. I feel like now's the time to pull the trigger and let Hangman work with all these other people so that you can build Hangman.
Do you
and
think
increase
this
his
is also the end of Callis?
What, with Kenny, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, Kenny's going to get reabsorbed into the Super Elite and fight Bryan Danielson, and they're going to continue the Jungle Express tour.
Right. No, I think Callis will still hang around.
Okay.
Yeah.
MJ.
I'd like Kenny to win. I'll pick Kenny because I want him to win.
There you go. Go with your heart. Fuck it. Go with your heart.
For the main fucking reason that I feel like it's a cop-out to have almost every one of these matches on this card to be predictable in the winner. It's just this is a storyline match, not just, you know what I mean? It's a storyline match. I feel like a storyline match is supposed to give you the sense of, man, who's going to win because who has the most intensity in this moment at this present time. So I feel like if you really want to piss fans off and really get them going, maybe you don't have Hangman win.
True.
Yeah, right now, Inner Circle and American Top Team are the only ones we don't agree on.
Oh, wow.
MJ and Dragon and Miro. Because Rob just, he picks who he hates less.
That's not true.
Rob,
I mean,
Omega and Page.
My biggest fear is that they have these cards be so predictable that it gets stale and no one's going to care about it anymore.
Hello, WWE.
Yeah.
WWE.
That is the thing. You got your old guys fighting old guys, your young guys fighting young guys, your push guys fighting non-push guys. And
yeah, I'm gonna go
Ty Conti with the rub.
I've been saying forever. Who have I said is going to be the first major defection from AEW to WWE?
Joey Janela.
Yeah, that's what I said. No,
Joey Janela's going to go nowhere.
Didn't you say MJF?
No, I said Hangman.
I said Hangman.
I think Hangman would be the first major defection from AEW to WWE. And I'm not saying this necessarily ties into that, but it does give my prediction that he will not win. Omega's going to win.
I really want.
Window.
I think there's no question. I hope Brian, you and maybe MJ would agree with me. I don't think there's any question that Omega and Bryan Danielson are not done. So if I'm picking Miro, then I have to pick Page here because no matter what, the next pay-per-view is going to be Bryan Danielson, Kenny Omega Part 2. So I don't think it's for the title. I'm picking Hangman. What's we got on the board? Punk's comeback was dull, DP says. If they don't have Hangman win the title, a lot of people who are loyal to AEW will turn on them. I think it's going to be worse, though. What if they have Hangman win the title and immediately drop it to Bryan Danielson? Like, he doesn't even have a month run because, I'm sorry, I'm a big Hangman fan, and I thought he's been great. His work tonight in the contract signing sucked. It sounded like he was reading from a script or someone was talking in his ear. It did not sound like cowboy shit at all. And Kenny's retorts and stuff were horrible.
You weren't feeling it?
No.
He's a corny fucker. I mean, that's what it is. He's
no,
a corny dude.
I mean, I thought he was going ass to ass in the corner would have been more entertaining than this segment.
Hey, can I ask a question real quick? Kind of a little bit off topic. So CM Punk, because you brought up that Dana Price on there. If you would have asked me right after his debut if he was going to be involved in the title picture, I would have said absolutely, 100%. At this point now, do you guys think that Punk's going to ever be involved in the title picture?
I don't even care.
Yeah, and lose.
I think he will be.
Yeah. I don't think he'll win it. I think he'll definitely be a contender or have a match here and there.
Because you got Daniel Bryan coming in, or you got Hangman coming in, which means you can have somebody who's more directly rivaling, whatever.
Rivalry.
So I mean, I'm just saying, it's just feel like Punk is always going to be 3-4 steps behind everybody.
Yeah, Brian, your Booker of the Year, Tony Khan, is getting more hands-on with promos like Vince now.
My daddy owns a football team.
Is what Daniel Price says. Yeah, yeah. My daddy owns a football team. We make T-shirts. I don't know. You want to?
Hey, they
American
make more than
football
T-shirts. They also make hats.
English.
Just they made a big
sweatshirts.
mistake. They made a big mistake having Kenny. Kenny should have beat Bryan. He should have beat Bryan So then after that, what happened, it would have made sense for Brian and Kenny to go after each other again.
Yeah. Also,
about
you
that.
should have never hired Urban Meyer.
You shouldn't.
Oh yeah, you definitely shouldn't have done that.
Anyway, so it's gonna be fun. Are we gonna watch this weekend? Cover it for MOWP, or are we just gonna talk about the fallout on
What
Monday?
night is it?
Saturday?
Saturday.
The 13th. Saturday.
Yeah,
Fucking
I'm not,
13.
I don't know.
I'm not spending $50, so if there's a pirate stream,
I
Hey,
got,
listen.
I got you, Adam.
I got
Hey,
kid birthday.
pay for
shit.
your wrestling, sir.
Don't say that shit on the fucking stream that we steal it. The fuck is wrong with you?
I'm Jewish. I'm not paying for it.
I went to the store last night and I shot this dude. You know, I mean,
His-
come on.
his family-
Whoa.
What? It's better. It's better.
Wow,
than stealing the
Rob.
fucking
Why don't you
cable.
just threaten the president?
Well, I like the one
What?
now.
Threaten the old orange guy.
Move on.
Like Brian and his feces throwing.
Yeah,
MJ, fix your camera and you can come back next week. We'll ban Rob from his own studio.
Yeah.
The other than that, I got to be honest. My final thought: this is kind of a lackluster card, and the
Lackluster
build
go
has
home.
felt very, very WWE build. Like they dragged out feuds for 6 weeks that didn't have the payoff. I feel a lot of people just cut the same promos week in and week out, like Dan Lambert, and the Bucks and Super Click. And I just feel like it was rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. I don't understand how Andrade gets part of the Pinnacle on loan. Like, oh, we're part-time faction. Like, MJF doesn't even want the Pinnacle around, and nobody wants Sean Spears around. I really don't understand what is going on with their booking. Like Brian Cage, there's a lot of guys now. They just have too many people for the 3 hours of programming that they're allowed to air every week. The wrestler collector Tony Khan, if he's taking a more hands-on approach, he needs to figure shit out, because there is a clear-cut difference between no-name talent on Dark and Elevation and Dynamite and Rampage, but it's like the middle is gone, and he just doesn't know what to do with the middle. Like Butcher and Blade, they're better than Dark and Elevation, but they're not getting any time on Dynamite. I'm using them, Brian, because I know you're a fan there. But do you see the point I'm making? The middle of the roster now is floundering, stuck on Dark and Elevation instead of their former position, which would be, 2 or 3 Dynamites a month.
I don't think they're the middle of the roster is floundering on Dark and Elevation, but I feel like that's a whole other topic.
They're not getting the TV exposure. And if they're just doing their job on Dark and Elevation, that's the biggest symptom of AEW is we're not gaining any mainstream audience whatsoever. They've got their cult, and that's who they keep.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll keep them happy no matter what, because you can't say anything bad about them. Even the fucking Kenny Omega bad explosion finish, you can't say anything bad about AEW to the cult. So they're forever going to support them there. But I really think that there's a lot of guys that, like Private Party we mentioned earlier, they're just lost in the shuffle. Sean Spears, I'm not upset about Joey Janela being gone, but Sonny Kiss used to get booked every now and again on TV, long gone. The Best Friends used to feel important even before the injury. I think they were getting phased out. I don't know. Orange Cassidy used to be on the way to being a single star. He's back to being a faction guy. Pac was the same way, back to being a faction guy. MJ, do you want to chime in with anything here? Because I don't get to talk to you about this.
I'll chime in with this. If there's going to be about 10 or 5 squash matches on your YouTube programming, don't put any squash matches on your TV programming.
Okay, MJ, I posed something to Brian. I know it's very King of the Ring like, but in this stupid Eliminator tournament, if you had actually taken what we all consider to be the top 8 people on the roster and put them in a tournament, you could book it on one night. It'd be awesome, whatever. Like if this had no Preston Vance, put MJF there. No fucking Powerhouse Hobbs. Throw in somebody real like Punk there. Like if you put the top 8 names that everybody would want to see and have it be for something there at the end of the night, that would be something kind of cool. And you could even have the winner of the tournament at the end of the night has to face the winner of Omega and Page. Make him even crazier. So Kenny has to defend it twice. But you threw a bunch of meaningless shit in this card. That it doesn't matter. Last year Orange Cassidy was fighting Silver on the card. Versus you let this guy beat Jericho. And now Orange Cassidy's just wherever.
Getting squashed.
Yeah, mean, Jungle Boy's losing to the Super Click every week. This is your pillars of your industry. I just they need to get the fuck over themselves. They went MJ. I've always told Brian this. It feels like they fast forwarded from the way TNA started all the way to Main Event Mafia with all these other signings. Now these signings aren't old fuckers like Main Event Mafia was, but I mean they are killing the pushes that the young guys might have had.
Yeah, I mean, Private Party, like we talked about, that's exactly what happened.
Butcher and Blade at one time were hitmen for MJF. Then FTR gets signed, and Butcher and Blade aren't on TV. I know Butcher had to go to rehab, Brian, because he's got that drinking problem.
No, he did not. Stop saying that.
Just the overflow, man. The overflow.
No, it's not true. He's straight edge.
Yeah, I wish the Bucks got injured more. I will say that.
What? That's terrible. That's a terrible thing to say.
Yeah. They're terrible people. They're the fakest people you'll ever meet. Oh, we're good Christians, but we fucking we don't give a fuck about anyone. We make T-shirts to get on you guys. They called out who made the T-shirt. It was somebody for the Super Mario Brothers. They called Super Mario Brothers 3 parody shirt. They called somebody out for making it, saying they made it first. But if you look, it was New Day who made it before them on WWEshot.com. They just altered that, took it from 3 people to 2. They're thieves in the same vein as Matt Cardona.
Well, that I can agree with. So
hell yeah.
Khan said himself, the more roles I take on, the better the company gets. Dude, that's okay. Now, Brian, MJ, I don't know. Do you have kids?
Say it again.
MJ, do you have kids?
You know that answer.
He doesn't?
Yeah, I do. I have one.
Okay. So imagine if like my daughter, she has some really good like times that she does like good art or stuff that's worth saving, and then like 90% of the shit she draws is like straight trash. Like I'm not even gonna put this on the fridge. It's just gonna go right into the garbage can. But if I do that and kind of weed out the good from the bad with her, maybe she'll continue to do some good stuff. But if I tell her all of it is good, she is going to be like, I'm just the best artist, whatever, and keep like, drawing these stupid scribbles that she thinks are art that isn't art, and I'm lying to her for no reason. This is the AEW fan base by praising Tony Khan for no reason. Booker of the year. Yeah, he booked the fucking best roster in catering on any professional wrestling. Anything right now. He's got the best catering roster of anyone. If you look at the amount of guys that sat in catering or come out for brawls only, wasn't Brian Pillman just getting a push? Now he's gone. I mean, like, they have no, they don't know what they're doing. So I digressed off topic. My point being is they're praising this guy so he really does believe what DP put there. He thinks that the more roles he takes, the better he gets because everybody's dick rides him more. Is that a fair statement?
That could be true to the extent of he does have Sting around him, CM Punk around him, some good people to input, but it seems that he's getting too much flair.
Yeah, but MJ, the statement, the better the company gets, in what regard? And do you really think that Punk is signing off on saying everything's great in the company right now?
I mean, he's there. We know how, I'm just talking about his history and how he's dealt with bad places. So I don't know if he's. My thing is that you're right. These hardcore fans, they do feed him. Thus why he was making those tweets to WWE all the time. That little stint that he was having, those little 2 weeks of those tweets he was sending to WWE. I'm going to beat you on a half hour on Thursday or Friday, whatever it was. It's just that's them feeding him that he can actually do it, which he didn't. So
yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, I don't know why they have to always invoke the WWE's name in promos and tweets and whatever. Like, they're 3 years old. They should be standing on their own. They should not be challenging anybody. They should not acknowledge anybody. It feels like a Wednesday therapy support group instead. I love the fact that Punk obviously did what he did, but I love that Cole didn't say anything bad. Bryan Danielson hasn't gone out there and whatever, but they have JR every week go, this is the best company in my honest opinion in pro wrestling. Like, oh yeah, we get it, JR. We get it. You still get cute girls to sit on your lap and you're a widow. Awesome. Go make some barbecue sauce. This is just I in terms of the matches, the creative freedom that which I doubt Tony has on them is excellent, and that's why you get so many good matches, Brian. But scripted promos like Hangman tonight, it deflated my stock in wanting to see him as a champion. And
well, wait a minute, Rob. I just want to cut you off right there. Just
I'm not
to put
Rob.
Input something. I did that on purpose again. Come on, you got to get with me here. I'm gonna drop a couple of those every time I'm here.
So am I gonna start calling you Kyle?
See, it's a good thing we got to that. I can spend about an hour telling you everything I hate about Kyle. But going off topic there, maybe how can I put this? Tony Khan doesn't need yes men. He doesn't need that. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, and I think that he's surrounded by T-shirt guys who want to book themselves. However, like, I don't think he's going to stand up to the boys. They're going to continue to have their way with booking, and I don't think he doesn't realize what he's creating because he probably promised all these guys that are now in catering more than catering. Come be all elite. We're something different. And now they're in catering.
It is. Hey, it is something different, tell you that. They just need to worry about they need to worry about getting their own viewers over all the shows that are on TNT and TBS. That's what they need to worry about because that's how they stay afloat on TV program.
But that's the thing, MJ. They do not, in all their growing demos and whatever they want to talk about, which is cool, if they really want to fuck with, since they seem hell-bent on it, if they really want to fuck with WWE, they have got to get themselves in the mainstream, not by signings to get themselves mentioned because CM Punk came out of retirement. They need to get themselves legitimately in the mainstream, eyes on them, where they're going to get some sponsors. That, however they have to do it, I don't know. But if you really want to be a big player in the big boy world, that's where those ratings do matter. It's to get
You
the
run
advertising
potential.
dollar and to offset that cost of all these contracts. He has a failing NFL franchise that he's, part of his empire. And he is signing contracts and promising all this health care and everything to the world. There's over 120 people on the roster right now that he cannot book in 3 hours of time. And he has to send brawls out there too frequently, and he's got too many yes men telling him that these things are good. Brian, I mean, this is not a long-term plan. I know you're sick of hearing it.
Oh yeah.
But I was saying it for MJ's thing. Do you think, scripted promos is something new and something that to me goes against everything that AEW stands for. So let's just focus on that. Did you think Hangman was scripted tonight, and are you okay with it?
No, I didn't think it was scripted. And I mean, how could we're not there? How the fuck could we know?
Well, I'll add something to that. What if Hangman needed his promo scripted? What if he isn't really good at thinking at the top of his head, But you're right, though. I mean, it did sound scripted. It didn't sound like Kenny's did. Kenny's, he did his stops, his gasps, his little monikers, but Hangman just talked and looked at him like, yeah, you didn't believe in me. Remember that other partner? That was a little good joke because he knows the history, but the other stuff he just doesn't have practice talking to people like that too.
Maybe it was. I mean, Brian, you're right. In fairness, it could have been Hangman scripted it himself and it was like using the cliff notes and just forgot what he wanted to say. I don't know, but I hope you're right. I hope this isn't scripted because this is the one thing that. For guys like Mox and Jericho who just have the gift of gab, that's what I've loved about AEW is that those guys, they're just like, here's a mic, have fun. MJF never felt scripted the whole time he's been out there. I love that aspect of AEW, so that's why I was focusing on it, Brian, because I don't want it to go away.
Yeah, no, you're totally right.
See, this is I'm going to close on this one, MJ. When Rob was still here, Brian would give these, totally kind of answers here because we were like, oh, he's saving all his good stuff for the All Elite Hour.
He doesn't talk much during All Elite Hour, honestly. He's like your role right now, is what it is.
Yeah, but
Kyle talks a lot. And then he's like, before the shows, Kyle's like, oh, don't go on these tangents. But then Kyle goes on these tangents, so it's boring.
So on the next Marked Out Wrestling podcast pay-per-view, we can book Kyle and MJ in a stipulation to be named later, Brian.
In the Lions Den match.
Oh, Lions Den match. All right.
No, yes. I want Mimosa Mayhem.
We'll have special guest referee Bob to join them. Anyway, it was fun, MJ. I'm sorry, Brian,
very much
for torturing you by giving my laundry list of issues with AEW again, just for MJ's benefit. But now that if MJ joins us again, I've gotten it off my chest and I won't have to do it again.
I'm sure you remember.
Yeah. NXT style go home show too for Dynamite tonight, which they've normally knocked them out of the park on these go home shows, made you like go into that pay-per-view. I feel like, and this is just my own criticism thoughts, I feel like maybe, just maybe they're saving it for Rampage, because it truly is the go home show, Rampage has a better card than tonight on paper. Execution, we'll see, but some good matches there. Who's Orange? Wait, Orange Cassidy's fighting.
It might be Matt Hardy. Might. That's what I'm basing off what happened tonight.
It's Matt Hardy in a lumberjack match. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, Rampage could have some fun there. But I think Full Gear has a lot of potential in some of the bigger storylines here. But the grudge matches weren't as good as the past. Is my final thought there. Brian, what's your final thought for Full Gear?
Final thought is that I think they should move. I think they should move the Young Bucks match and the Super Click to the main event, just to piss you off.
Okay.
And to piss Rob off too.
Like after Miro and Bryan Danielson and after Omega Page.
Correct.
Like
the main event.
How about, to make me really happy, they do that, but they make it dark for just the fans, like in live attendance. So I don't have to see it at all. Like it goes off air. They can have Cutler come out, and do his thing.
Yeah. All right. I don't hate that. I think that's meeting you in the middle, so I can work with that.
Okay. So dark match to close the showdown.
Yeah.
MJ, Full Gear, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I think since we've been talking about it, since the storylines aren't that great, the match quality will go up. So I'm ready for that.
Do we have?
That's about it.
Do we have a debut? Is it Lana? Is it Wyndham?
I mean, I'm gonna say this. It could be Okada.
Ooh.
Because they name dropping him a hell of a lot tonight. So make best friends and Orange Cassidy a member of Chaos, which is kind of weird and forthcoming if you think about it.
When's Okada versus Buddy Matthews?
It's the same night Jay White faces Tomohiro Ishii.
But where is it?
I don't know. I just know that's the card.
Brian.
November 13th.
Brian. Lana and Wyndham.
Yes, I think they're showing up.
Both of them or just one?
One. Lana.
Okay. I don't mind Lana showing up. I think there should be. I think Penelope was pretty good in the You Switch Kip, by being there. And I think Lana makes sense to go with Mira. I think they could work very well together, and it would be interesting to see them as heels because they were booked as faces for the most part when they were together last time. In any event, we've run long. Rob kind of added some whatever to it and then just bailed. So, but we'll be back maybe with MJ, but Brian and I will be back next week. We'll definitely talk Fallout with Rob on Monday with the Marks. But until then, tune in next time as Brian yawns. Same smart time, same smart channel. Later.
Catch you on the flip side.
Podcast is produced and edited by You Record Studios and is recorded live from Charlotte, North Carolina. Subscribe, follow, and listen to us live following WWE programming on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Download the podcast by following us at podbean.com or subscribe on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. While you're there, go ahead and give us an honest and fair review and rating. Finally, if you have enjoyed our product and would like to see us grow, please donate to us by visiting the donation link below our live video, or you can donate via Venmo and Cash App at the handle Ravepro. That's Ravepro.
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.